Last time, you guys, I think, turned in the. We start last time by turning in the displacer piece?
Yeah, we sent all the stuff in, and then we were going to go to the wake. We did all that before.
Oh, that's
right.
right.
I mean the last monster. I think last session, like, we might have started at the end of the last monster. Oh no, last session we started halfway through the cave, and then you went back in the cave to fight the worm. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we did that successfully.
I think.
That's some definition of success.
Oh, we nicked the silk pod, but we didn't
moved.
fuck up the illusion one. Very technical terms.
That sounds about right.
And
Then we went back to regular town.
Told them about all the
not
dead
regular
people.
town. Yes.
Penny Grove.
Then we decided to stay in town, and we were going to visit the wake, and then,
unbeknownst to some people,
was sick, apparently. Not feeling well, a little under the weather, so she stayed in.
They were plotting together in their room. So that's where we start off. You guys have a couple hours before it starts. So if there's anything you want to get done before then, you can. Or we can fast forward. You tell me.
I think that was good.
I believe I was just waiting, kind of, in the lobby, because I didn't really have anything to do.
Yeah, me neither.
Eating your breakfast. Eggs, bacon. Okay, so it starts to get closer to noon, and you can see through windows some people gathering outside in the town square. There's some tables laid out with appetizers that won't blow away in the outside wind. So tell me what's going on.
I'd just kind of standing there.
Yeah, towards the back. Towards the back.
I suppose I'd be standing around with Mike, since there's no reason to really be spread out.
Yeah, we'll be like way towards the back.
Yeah.
This isn't for us. It's just,
And what about Kesha?
If everybody else is out of at the vicinity, I'm gonna check to see, make sure that nobody else is gonna see me, and I'm gonna mosey on over to. I can't remember whose house it was or where it was at.
The blacksmith.
Blacksmith Bob.
I didn't know if it was the blacksmith himself.
That is who you are suspicious of.
Okay. That's who I'm gonna be looking towards.
Make a stealth check as you try to sneak away from the event.
Okay.
Does he have advantage since there's so many people?
Probably. Sure. Uh-huh.
Oh, you have plus 0 stealth? Wow.
Yeah.
Ballsy.
Yeah, her AC is like 10.
Yeah,
it's
Goodness.
good time.
Goodness.
Have we verified that the blacksmith is there yet?
Nope, but she's gone.
I thought. God damn it.
He is there with his son Timmy or Tommy, one of the two.
He's forgotten his name. Tragic.
Jonathan.
So, you show up. The public spaces look like this. Got the outside area in the bottom right.
I was zoomed into the tiny square to the left, and I was like, "Wow, how advanced!"
Outside area in the bottom right, and kind of an inside area. The door is locked. There is more to the building that you cannot see on the left side. I've hidden it, and I will reveal it as you walk through.
Okay.
I think. At least I really hope that's how this is going to work.
Let's roll with it. Like I'm rolling stuff.
So you've got a locked door. There are some windows around.
Ooh. Okay. I don't think I have even the means to actually unlock that, do I? Sure don't. Let me check something real quick. All right, I'm gonna just check to see if all the windows are locked on the ground floor, if I can.
Okay. Start.
Natalie, would you stop?
Start walking around.
Natalie, stop it! I'm so sorry.
That sounds like something Bryce would do, though. To be honest.
No, she is behind me cackling. That's enough.
Is she like a wicked witch? I
and-
mean,
She left, and I turned off push to talk, and here she is.
Fortunately, it looks like their living room window is unlocked.
Oh, is it now?
Yes.
I'm going to slide into them DMs and go in there.
So that is like this room. Let me, I guess, attempt to reveal this here. This is gonna go real poorly. You're gonna see. That went alright.
Was that a little sofa?
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice fantasy sofas. I like that.
This is beautiful IKEA furniture.
So there is a fireplace, a sofa, dining room table, and 3 doors.
This is a TV here, flat screen.
No, that's the fireplace.
That's a fireplace, dude.
I'm just asking, man. I'm gonna have a TV somewhere.
3
Caleb, I have
doors.
a question.
The one on the right, you would assume, goes to the shop area. What's your question?
Is this indoor?
Yes.
Okay, just asking.
Yeah.
The only outdoor area is this square thingy.
Good night.
Can you bring me tea?
No!
Please?
She's
Please
screaming.
please
Put
bring,
on push to talk.
please bring me a tea.
No, but you can have these underwear.
These are kids' underwear. I don't want them in my mouth. The fuck is wrong with you?
God.
Things are taking a turn.
Chris, you could get married and have all this and more.
Yeah, Chris, get married.
So
You
appealing.
can have somebody who lives with you that does this. Stop! I don't want them.
Oh, I'm alright.
Imagine waking up and all your little figurines have handmade
Because
underwear on.
I do want to talk to Kestra about something in private. We will be right back. Alright, so while you are sneaking around in here, make a wisdom saving throw.
How do I do that? Or does it matter if they see?
You can just do a /GM roll and do a 1d20 and we'll add your bonus if you don't want to.
Slash. Oops. GM.
Or do /GR.
Oh, GR. And you said just 1d20?
Yeah, and then tell me what your bonus
Oh.
is.
My wisdom is 1. Ooh, it's pretty low.
So you probably wouldn't notice that right away. But it doesn't matter because not soon after you hear your mother's voice in your head.
Oh,
Says,
of course.
What? Where are you? What are you doing? Listen, something's happened and we need you to come back. It's important. And you know through the spell that if any words you speak, there are the first 25 words you speak in the next minute will be heard by her.
Could she respond back, or is it basically
If
a
she
cooldown?
were to cast the spell again, she could respond back.
Okay. Like I'm gonna say, let's see. I'm fine. I'll. How far away are we again from the town, or from the capital?
It was like
A
a
week?
week's walk.
I'll say a month away. What's wrong? And then hope that she says something back. You said it was my mom or my stepmother? Or
Your real mother.
mother. Okay. Mother-in-law, I guess. Okay.
To be.
Yeah.
So you wait probably like 60 seconds and you do get a response back. Whose house is that? It looks dreadful. Our storehouse has been raided. We've lost everything.
Oh.
We need your marriage.
I'm 2 months out.
That's what you respond?
Yeah, I'll say that. That's gonna be my response.
Okay.
We'll stay in contact.
We will move back to the other room.
Alright.
Okay, we're back.
Welcome back.
So yeah, you continue walking along. You've got 3 doors to choose from. I guess you would assume the door on the right leads to the public shop area.
Right. It's just like that one door logic quiz thing.
Yeah, I'll give you the choice of 2 doors, and then you can choose to change your mind before you see what's behind it.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, can I test both of these doors, or are they locked, or
They are both unlocked.
both? I'm gonna go into this one here.
Okay.
Very sneakily, like. Oh, wait, I can do. Oh no, never mind. Okay, yeah. Oh, I see. Is this a bed? I guess.
Yes. This is.
It's a fireplace.
You would assume
It's a TV.
the father's bedroom. We've got like a dresser on the left, and like just a table on the bottom, and this would be some sort of like rack that he hangs some of his clothes from.
Is there like carpets or things hanging on the walls or anything else like that that looks like it might be moved at all?
There is a painting on the wall, kind of on the right side of the room. It looks like an old painting. Probably has been several generations since it was painted, and looks to be a man working at a blacksmith forge.
Okay. I'll look underneath the bed. I've been in there for all of what, 30 seconds?
Closer to
A minute?
a minute
Okay.
or more. You don't see. Well, roll perception.
Okay. Oh,
You
fuck.
don't see anything that is a bad.
I go blind. All right. I'm gonna check this door there.
That leads to the kitchen.
Where's this kid's room then? I'm guessing it's here, but I don't. Where's the door after this? Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm gonna ignore the kitchen and just go into here.
All right, that is a child's room. Dresser on the left, a little bookshelf on the bottom, with a lot of books about how to do blacksmithing.
I mean, does it look like a standard kid's room? Anything that would jump out at me? Anything on the bookshelf, maybe?
A lot of them are pretty one-tracked. There's all seem to be about blacksmithing.
What's under his bed?
Roll perception. There seems to be something all the way in the back under his headboard on the ground. You reach out, stretch, and swipe it to pull it closer to you. And it is a storybook. Seems to be a little bit more
The Babadook.
kid stuff. About knights and princesses and castles and caves and dungeons.
Okay. I'm gonna put it back exactly where I found it. I mean, I haven't seen anything too suspicious. I think I'm gonna try to I think just get out of here. Unless there's anything like I've gone through all the doors. I haven't gone into the shop, I suppose.
Wow, you're so
Oh.
committed to this.
Shut the fuck up. What kind of marks did the kid have again? I can't remember.
What kind of marks?
Yeah, wasn't that the thing? I'm trying to
The
remember. now.
body?
Yeah.
The skeleton had like a lot of scrapes all over the bones, and like you interpreted it could be a possibility that it came from the dark mantle squid things just chewing all the meat off the bones, but you weren't 100% certain of that.
Because of just how he reacted to it. Yeah. Okay, now I remember. All right, I'm gonna try to go back into the shop to see if there's anything in there that would have made marks like that.
Okay, that door is unlocked. A lot of the walls are lined with shelves. Which all have different blacksmithing things. Some of them are weapons, but there's also like garden shears and anything that could be made out of metal. Even some finer things like silverware. There is some like kind of shelving behind the countertop. You can peek through if you want.
Yeah. Also, is there any like open? Can I see like outside from where I'm at?
This room only has windows south to the outside area. and they're like pretty small windows, and they're barred up.
Okay, but I can just see out into here-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, let's peek through. Roll with it.
Since you're searching a couple different things, that's going to be an investigation check.
Okay. Let's do. Hey.
You happen to find some business ledgers. Seem to have a lot of numbers having to do with sales and expenses. You find kind of a stash of coins hidden behind a box that you would assume would be for shop use. And you also find an old journal.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely be taking a peek at that. Is it small enough to where I could easily like conceal it, like put it in a robe or a pocket or something?
Yeah, I bet you could.
Okay.
Nature.
I'm gonna like scan through it very quickly, like for one of the last entries. Like spend no more than a few seconds. I just want to see what it says.
It is, the dates on it are older, maybe like 150 years old.
Oh, I see.
And it's talking about now that my son has learned everything about blacksmithing, I think I'm ready to pass in peace.
Does it have a name in front?
Andrew, with the same last name.
Andrew Blacksmith.
With the same last name as Bob, which I don't know if you ever got.
I don't think so either. But
Thought his
And I
last
don't know if
name
you
was
ever will
Bob.
get.
yeah, I think I've seen enough in here. I'm not seeing anything too suspicious. There's no like sex dungeons or anything. I'm gonna put it back and try to get out of here as fast as I could or can.
How long has it been since you first left?
15 minutes ish.
And I'm assuming the blacksmith Bob is still next to me.
If you intended to keep an eye on him, yeah.
I did say that I was gonna go.
Okay. You push yourself up, Kestra, and crawl through the window.
I
And
know. Shut up behind me.
shut it behind you and head towards the sound of a crowd. Or do you head just like back to the bed and breakfast?
I'm gonna head towards the outskirts of the town. As soon as I can see Deckard, I'm gonna use message and say not a whole lot to go on. I think we misjudged.
How does message work? Does that just pop up in my head, or
I'll just post it.
I believe you can respond to them.
Yeah, you hear her voice in your head, and you may. It doesn't say.
Here's the message and can reply.
I'm pretty
in a
sure it's
whisper
only
that only you can hear.
25 words or less. So I think you can respond in a couple words.
I say, I still got a bad feeling, but you did good, thanks. Or good job, thanks.
Okay.
It
I'll just
doesn't
stand in
have a word
silence.
limit. Never mind. So
Oh, well, if that's the case, then there's no word limit. That I'll just explain like the stuff that I did find and how there's like nothing suspicious at all. So I'm explaining. I still got it kind of a creepy vibe from the whole situation. Anyway, it seems kind of suspicious. But if that's the case, he's not doing it at his house.
You know, I suppose it says 1 round, so wouldn't that mean it was like a 6-second message?
Oh,
Oh, I guess. But he can just use it over and over.
Yeah.
If he stops mid sentence.
Oh, right, cantrip.
Cantrip, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I just say I still got a bad feeling, but if you didn't find anything, there's nothing we can do.
okay.
All right. The wake is solemn. A lot of the people in town kind of assumed that the children were dead since they were missing so long. But it's more about giving closure. Talk around. Turns out the adult body that you also found with the children was one of the parents of one of the children. The wife is distraught. But she also kind of anticipated this news.
What race is she?
Human.
Don't do it, Bryce. Don't do it.
Don't do what?
Don't do it.
I wasn't gonna do anything.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I'm not gonna flirt with Caleb for the sake of roleplay.
That's what you think. Also, did you decide on what your replacement
really
ability is going to be, Bryce? For your
I'm gonna go look at that right now, and then I will set that up.
So yeah, unless you have anyone else in this town you want to talk to, you guys politely stay through the service and say your goodbyes to the lovely lady whose place you slept at, and anyone else you want to say goodbye to. And begin the long journey back to Valgate.
Sounds good.
Goodness. Here it is.
Okay.
While we're away from towns, how easy is it to access? Because you mentioned that there was like each capital has its own like newspaper and stuff like that too. Right?
Oh, probably.
If I remember it. How far away does like news like that travel? Where do they publish? Or is it basically only in a city?
They publish in the city, but because of the prevalence of magical transport, a lot of other hub cities also get copies. Not towns like Pennygrove, and I don't think there's any large enough cities between here and there. But sometimes you'll be able to find some around. Or you can ask around for anyone that knows somebody in a big city to like ask via magic, but you'd have to find somebody, and they'd also have to be able to use long range communication, which is pretty rare. I'll say because this is not one of the major highways, we'll got like a 15% chance of shenanigans each night. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Shit.
So,
Yeah.
who's keeping watch? In what order?
Before we start watch every night, I would cast alarm around our campsite. It's 20 by 20, but I would be casting that every time. Like when it's getting darker, let's say probably 10 o'clock at night, basically. So that, like, little past sundown, but around the time the sun's coming up, it would be wearing off. But I would offer to take first watch and then cast that.
Are you capable of casting rituals? Or are you using your spell slots?
I'm going to use a spell slot for it. I'm not capable of rituals,
Okay.
so I'd be using a spell slot each time. So I'll just mark it as having one slot for now until we get back, since
that's fine.
I'll be casting it every.
Yeah, you set that up. And discuss whether or not you are keeping watch every night. Seems like... but most of the night seems to be uneventful. In the morning, when you guys are packing up, putting out your fire, and all that, you see in the sky a
Bird.
bright light in the dawn streaking across the sky. A shooting star seems to have come across and possibly landed several miles ahead.
Yo, that's cool as fuck. Y'all want to go check it out?
Yeah. Hello and or duh. How many days into our trek is this?
On, what is it, the 5th day?
The 5th? 5th. Okay.
So
the
how
6th
close are
day-
we to
or
town?
5th day. Okay.
Yeah, the 6th morning. So you guys are like almost a day out of town.
Yeah, I'm totally down for checking out what that was.
Yeah.
I'd say once we get within, like, I don't know, like a tenth of a mile type deal, we start to kind of be a bit more careful. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm down. I still got 4 days worth of rations left.
I don't even know how many I have.
I brought exactly as many as I thought we needed.
I have
'Cause I
10.
didn't wanna
I
spend
haven't been
much
keeping
money.
track.
I remember he made us spend 10 to get there, so I'd imagine it's 10 is on the way back.
Okay.
So you probably have 4 left, like me,
I
or enough to make it back to town. But
You guys detour slightly off the road and start walking through a couple fields in the area. It is late spring, early summer-ish, so there's crops starting to come up. And once you get there, like 30 minutes to an hour later, there's already a small crowd assembled.
Oh, shit.
uh-oh. What's the deal? Does anybody look hurt?
You guys get closer, and you are able to kind of get a glance of what's going on. It seems that this meteorite has landed somewhere right in the middle of 4 farmers' territories, and they're arguing
Interesting.
over
odds.
ownership.
How, like, well, I guess we could just go up and talk
I
to
think we should cut the baby in half.
I think you mean quarter
Wait.
ways. He said it landed on 4.
I'm sorry, it was a very dumb joke
No,
about
I
King
was with you.
Solomon.
I guess.
I was there with you.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. So all 4 farmers, or at least their families, are betwixt each other, yelling.
Yeah, there's lots of hands on hips
How many people total?
It's like maybe 6 to 10 people here.
I wonder if this
Okay.
meteorite would be of interest to Benevirs.
Mhm. We should be. I'm
Maybe,
gonna.
like,
Like,
detect
we're too far
magic?
away for them to hear us talking, right? Can they even see us yet?
Sure.
Sure, they do see us, or they don't.
They see you, but you can
Oh.
talk amongst yourself.
I have a
okay.
plan, guys. Well, you go first.
I'll say my plan is we act like we are very, very official from the capital, and how this is falling under its jurisdiction for magical, possible magical, I don't know, infection or whatever the right term would be. So stay away from it.
I don't know about lying to these people about something on their land, but
Hey, I could be right. We don't know what actually this is. It could just be a natural meteorite, or it could be something very dangerous.
or we could see if maybe we can get them to give it for payment among the four of them, and we lowball them and see how much we can get them to kind of take it. How big is this meteorite actually? This is important.
It is misshapen. It's not like spherical or anything, but it's like 3 feet diameter.
Oh, okay.
Probably pretty heavy if it's made entirely of metal or even rock.
So, how feasible would it probably be for us to carry it back? Because it won't fit in the bag, yeah?
No, not quite. It's too heavy for the bag.
Okay.
Well, I guess it's not a bag of holding, so it might not have like a weight limit, but it doesn't fit. Like for your mental image, imagine basically like a grocery bag. Anything that you could fit inside the opening of like a plastic grocery bag
Right.
would fit in your teleport bag.
Alright, so carrying it's probably out of the question anyways.
Well, if this is a farm and we go your route where we just pay them off, hopefully lowball enough, we could also probably buy them or buy a cart from them if they have one.
Yeah, see, I'm not looking to spend like 50 gold on this because I don't know how much this thing's worth. I just think it's kind of cool and maybe it's worth something.
Well, what's the range of detect magic? Let's see.
I think it's 30.
Identify.
Identify, I think, is touch.
Oh, it's on touch. Yeah. I don't have detect magic anymore. So, Mike, do you still have it?
I don't have identify.
No, do you have detect magic? Because that way we can. I know I don't have to go up and actually touch it.
Spell. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think we'd have too much of a problem talking them into letting us figure out what it is because they all get something out of that information.
Yeah.
We could go that route and then see if we want it.
That's fine, I think. That's a fine idea.
Hold on, before we do this though, let's a hand symbol. So if Dan sees that there's something magical about it, I want you to,
I'm voting for the Zoltan.
I would say you just adjust your hat.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Adjust your hat if it's magical. Adjust it twice, and then Kesra, if like you think there's something strange about it when you're identifying it, then
Cough.
Sure, that works. Just so we know, we don't have to say anything to make them think they got something of value.
Yeah.
Then if it is something great, we could buy it for a cheaper price, maybe.
Yeah.
Is that cool with you, Deckard?
Yep.
It's all good.
Alright, you guys approach. Dan gets within 30 feet-ish.
Yeah.
Could you ping on the map where we're at, by the way, again?
I'm pretty sure.
Giggles.
What did I say? I think you went west, so you're like over here somewhere.
Okay.
No.
We got lost.
Can you guys see when I roll macros or not? I know I have it set.
If you've rolled one, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know I have it set so the results go only to me, but I didn't know if you could see when I'm rolling or not.
Nope.
Okay. So this meteorite is giving off the after image of some sort of magic. Due to its heavy metallic content, it's pretty difficult to read, as you know that metal can block your detecting. So you're not even able to get the school of magic off of it. But
Dang.
there's a faint after image.
I tipped my hat twice.
Noted.
Okay. So are these farm people just not saying anything to us yet?
I tap Tark.
They're pretty busy arguing amongst themselves.
I tap Tark on the shoulder. I say, let's just grab it and go.
Well, I don't.
I
don't know
can't.
about
I can't
stealing
carry any of this.
We're not stealing it. It's not their property. Let's go. And we, because he's coming, waltz
Is
over.
he?
I'd be following, but more like going to talk to them quickly.
I try to hoist this thing on my own. How does that go?
That's probably kind of hot.
It doesn't budge.
Okay.
Intriguing.
Excuse me.
Hello, everyone. What seems to be happening with this thing?
It landed right there, and we're deciding who gets to keep it.
Is it?
What makes you think you get to keep it?
It's on my land. No, it's not. It's on my land.
Out of game, Caleb. What is the government like in this country?
Can I ask what you're thinking so I can answer your question properly?
Who can I invoke above them to say like this isn't your land, this is the king's land, or?
There are like local lords and ladies that do rule subsets. You could also try invoking kind of like the National Guard, which would be the Magi.
Oh yeah, they're a mageocracy.
I say, you say this is your land, but tell me, what does this chunk of rock do?
Well, it looks cool.
Ah, yes, it looks cool. How fascinating. You know what else looks cool? 100 wizards coming down and removing you and your entire family from the place that you've grown up and lived your entire life.
Pardon? What?
I'm sorry.
Nope. Let's be real here. Do you enjoy your home?
I'm just saying, what the fuck are you doing?
Do you enjoy your home?
Around this time,
Oh,
you
no.
hear trumpets in the distance.
I have an idea. Let's break it open right now to see how good it is.
Don't touch my rock.
I take my Morning Star and I swing it down on top of it.
Hey!
Whoa!
One of them draws a dagger, and another one draws
I'm
a short.
Still gonna swing it down. I'm not scared of peasants.
I'm drawing a crossbow.
Down.
Yeah, let's
make an attack roll. Your Morning Star kind of deflects off, and doesn't seem to do much to it.
Good.
Damn.
Now we know.
All right, everybody, calm down. Put the weapons.
I
away.
act completely unfazed at the fact they drew their weapon.
The trumpets are getting louder.
I am not unfazed by the fact that they drew weapons, and I'm a little unnerved by it.
You know what, guys? It sounds like maybe someone of importance is coming to take this right now. I think we might all benefit by hiding it. Huh? Can we all agree on that for now? Talking to
It's
you,
my-
peasant men.
They kind of like look amongst each other, and nobody says anything. One of them speaks up. How?
You got a cart?
Bro, we're in a field. Just cover it with with plants. It's fine.
Cover it with plants. With earth material.
Yes.
It has made quite the dent in the surrounding ground.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right, stick with me, farmer man. Let's pick this shit up and start running. Yeah. Find a more suitable place to put this, just for a bit, and then we can talk about this later.
Off in the distance, you can see. I think the word is like a palanquin, like just like the seats on a platform.
Oh,
With
Yeah,
like people
that's-
carrying it.
so they can
I thought-
see us.
I thought you were Benedict Cumberbatch and couldn't say penguin.
There's a penguin. You're not that far north. And I guess, well, there's probably penguins in the north, even though they're on Antarctica here.
Ah, shit, they're here. All right, you know what? Let's I don't know. Let's see what old Froofy on his fucking chair thinks about all this, I guess.
I appreciate the new attitude you've gained. I like it.
I'm just
thanks.
very confused, and I don't know whatever. We'll see what happens.
Everyone kind of just crosses their arms, and most people start to face towards the oncoming people.
I'd stand there and watch the other commoner people, and if they're like bowing or something like that, I'd probably do like a half bow.
Noticing that their arrival was noticed once they get a couple hundred feet away, the trumpeting stops, but they continue marching forward and eventually arrive before you, and the carriers gently set down the platform. And a lad of about 12 years old is sitting in the chair.
Ooh, good.
A child?
Yeah.
What have y'all got here?
Is it Joffrey?
A rock?
Good, sir. Would you entertain us by informing us of who you are?
Yes.
I am Lord Jeremy.
I bend a knee. And
Oh, please, it's not necessary.
Surely I would know. What can I roll history to know who this guy
You
is?
could try, but you probably won't. There is enough local lords and ladies, even within a day's ride of the city, that you wouldn't recognize just from the name Lord Jeremy. You might have a chance if you were to obtain some sort of surname. But otherwise,
So the way you said that though is like lords and ladies are a dime a dozen. That he could be just basically full of shit and have no real authority aside from a bunch of trumpet blowers.
he could be, but
Or
the
Lord-
farmers nearby seem to acknowledge him in some way.
okay.
Lord Jeremy, might I inquire about your family name?
I am Lord Jeremy Peanut Butter.
Sir Peanut Butter.
Delectable.
Delightful.
And
The honor is mine.
my family rules over this section of the good farms of Alandra, where we grow walnuts.
Go on, my lord.
That is quite the interesting looking rock. We heard stories that people saw something flying through the sky, and we came to investigate.
Oh, I don't know that it was that.
The good sir, I tell you the stories are true, and these 4 farmers here were discussing on who would get to keep it.
Oh well, that won't be much of a problem any longer. I think we'll be taking it. And the farmers kind of like kick their feet, and some of like the wives start kind of just turning around and walking away.
All right, I'm gonna message. Since Deckard here is taking all the time in the world to talk to him, I'm gonna message him. But like, this thing could be very, very dangerous, so we should probably convince them to let me check it.
I messaged back, I hit it with a fucking mace.
That's what it does. It could open up in like a month's time or tomorrow. We don't know.
Well, good sir, do you have any mystics to check the validity of such a marvelous? I don't know why I'm acting like this. My character has a -1 charisma.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Mr. Peanut Butter, do you have any special magic men that can tell me if this is from the Sky People or not?
Mr. Peanut Butter.
Give me a second.
I'm gonna Google Mr. Peanut Butter to see what I get. Oh, Mr.
get a
Peanut Butter
YouTube.
pops up. Hang on.
Oh God, it's from BoJack
I
Horseman.
was gonna say it's.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
He says, "Yeah, I'm sure I could find a guy."
Well, I'll have you know that we have ourselves one of the finest magic people in the land. My character went full retard.
Who's we?
Us, the do we have a name?
We're not allowed to say that we're from Benevir's, remember?
I know.
The Avengers.
No.
We're traveling merchants of the
Your
sort.
Bobo's army.
Bobo, that was it. That's what I was trying to think of.
Oh yeah.
We are Bobo's buddies.
Are you citizens under our protection?
No.
Alandra?
No, the local territory here.
Oh, hell no. No.
No, we work all across the continent.
We work directly with Alandra.
Well, I'm sure you'll forgive me, if I ask someone who I trust.
How many guards are with him?
He's
Oh,
got
boy.
the 4 people who were carrying him who were not armored, and he also has 4 people who are armored and who were playing musical instruments.
Are there musical weapons or musical instruments or weapons? Or are they carrying?
They also have sheathed weapons at their hips.
I turn to Kesra and I give her a look, suggesting that maybe I want to say something.
You are aware using this spell requires you to whisper under your breath,
Point.
so it might be obvious
Well, it's-
when you're being
no, it-
talked directly to. Not that you're like saying. They might not know what you're saying, but they'll know that you're like whispering under your breath.
Well, they'll just, like, if I look down, they'll just see me kind of moving my mouth. They won't hear anything. Because it says a whisper that only you can hear.
Right.
Or you could turn around too. So okay, I'm gonna whisper. I'll message him like, what?
I'll just kind of like put my head down for a second and run my hands through my hair as I say, We should kill them.
I don't think we should.
Well, we
I don't
can't hear
think
this
that-
right
Yeah,
now.
you can't.
He's making decisions
gonna-
for all of you right now.
I am going to say, no, no, we're not. Let me talk. Let me just.
What kind of
Talk to
spell are you
him.
casting over there?
Is he talking to me or Kestra?
talking
One
to
minute.
Kestra.
I'm just gonna say that.
Well, if he
1
was
minute.
looking at me, why would he notice Kestra?
Kestra is the one waving her
I started
hands
it.
and
Yeah.
Yeah, I pointed at him.
casting a
Mhm.
spell. Doesn't really know that you're involved yet, Deckard.
So I'm gonna tell him no, and then say, "Let me talk to him one-on-one," and then I'm gonna
Not
Say,
a problem. We'll be leaving. Have a nice day.
what?
And
What?
his armored people start heading towards the rock. And the four of them start heaving and pick it up.
Did
Now
they
hold
just?
on.
Did they just cold
This
shoulder
rock
us?
is highly
Is that-
magical. It could be incredibly unstable and blow up everything.
Well, then that's good for us. Yeah, it could sell
What?
for a lot
Not
of
when
money.
we're standing here.
If it blows up and
Well,
kills all
you're
your
free to
men,
leave
that's
anytime you
good
want.
for us. What was that?
Yeah, I said you're free to leave. Yeah,
I don't like this little kid.
We're also free to stay.
at your own risk, apparently.
What if it kills your men before we figure out what it is?
We'll figure out what it is once we get back to our homestead.
How badly do the four men seem to be struggling?
Between the four of them, their faces aren't like constrained, but you can tell by the way that they're like carrying their weight that it's some effort.
So would I know now that I know the last name Peanut Butter? Would I know if he owes allegiance to Alondra itself, or is he more just independent? Like, is he an underling
Most
of
of
Alondra?
them are like have to report and pay taxes to the government inside Valgate.
Some shitty little 12-year-old kid certainly shouldn't be taking away magical items without Alondra knowing about it. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna say just that. Well, not just that he's a shitty little kid.
Tell me what you said.
I'm gonna say that you can't take that because you need to talk with Alondra first. I'm gonna have to report that this was a magical item that just crash landed here, and it's possibly dangerous, and it's going to cause a lot of trouble for you and Alondra and for us. So
Excuse me. Are you blackmailing me?
it's not a
Are
blackmail.
you breaking the law?
Alondra is going to have to hear about this. I have to report it.
He like points and snaps at one of the people who carried him, and they come, and he leans over and whispers into his ear.
Real question for a second. Did he actually stumble over his words when she said that, or was that
Yeah.
you? When I see that he starts stumbling over his words, I turn to Kestra and I say, "Kestra, send your sky message to the government."
Oh,
Oh my.
yeah, good idea. I'm gonna just do some weird like Om meditation thing with a flick of the wrist, and then I don't know, generate mana to where if they do have an anybody that's magically inclined, they'll know that I'm doing something.
The person that he whispered to heads over to the meteorite and appears to be casting a spell.
Wait, the guy does?
The person who was carrying him, one of the people who was carrying him,
Is he casting the spell at the stone or at us?
at the stone.
Would either? I mean, would I recognize, or would would Dan recognize what spell that is? Just by sight. Surely, if it was like detect magic, we would know it.
Dan, you would recognize this as some sort of detect magic spell. The hand signs are a little different, but there's enough familiarity that it's probably a
I
variant
tell them
of
that they're looks like they're also trying to divine what kind of item this is, and I suggest you do the same with investigation.
And we will once we get it secure and with our full mages who are able to help us with that.
Are these your mages or mages of Alondra?
Well, they're hired by my family.
So they're Alondran citizens.
All right.
So not only are you breaking the law, but you are encouraging others to come do it just the same.
No. There's nothing illegal happening here.
You could potentially be in very big trouble.
So if I were to go
It
and talk to
landed
the
under my property.
Council of Magi,
Yes, but
And
it passed through
told-
Alondran airspace.
We have no laws on the air, you fool.
so if we deliver this message to the Council of Magi and we tell them that you
Or in possession
wanted to
of a
keep
magical
this a
artifact.
secret from them,
I bet
They're-
if
they're
you
not
told
going to
them
be upset.
anything, they just call you a tattletale.
well, that is something a child would say, and I appreciate your frankness.
Actually, I'll tell you what. Hang on. How does this work? All right, I'm gonna just cast this is a boy. I'm gonna cast Charm Person on him.
Are you?
And yeah.
Attaboy.
It's got all the guards
cast
here.
it. Oh, I can cast it at level 2? How does that affect
That
it?
won't affect it.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I wouldn't waste your time with that.
Are you aware that if this fails, you're going to be in pretty big trouble?
I
Yeah.
have a morning star.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna. He's still kind of afraid, and I think he seemed to be like it. And
Real
doesn't know what
quick.
he's talking about. Uh-huh.
Before this goes down, Caleb,
Uh-huh.
would my character have reason to believe I would be implicated with them if this got out? Or would I be able to get away even though I didn't charm them, but I was part of the party?
You might be questioned, but unless you... I mean, if this breaks out into a fight, if you don't help the guard, you might be assisted or charged with like assisting.
But if I back up, so basically, to my understanding, I would have to help the guards and the
Possibly.
local lord, but I can't just remove myself from the situation. Otherwise, I'm an accessory, basically.
Probably.
Shit. Okay.
Do I recognize this charm? Has he used charm person before?
I haven't. I haven't
Damn it,
used it on anybody.
I wouldn't
What's
recognize
your
the
spell
spell.
save?
Say what?
What's your spell save DC?
Mine?
God damn it.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit.
I should say at the top of your spell page.
Oh, is it? Oh, 13.
Oh,
Are you shitting me? This 12-year-old kid is gonna have the fucking wherewithal to deny my charm person spell.
I mean, you're a pretty weak sorcerer.
What the hell was that?
I turn around. Kestra, what did you do?
Guards!
I don't really know what happened at this point, so I'd probably just be like,
He
what?
just tried to
I'm already
cast
kinda
something
backed
on
away.
me.
I don't know.
I'm
what he tried
trying to
cast, and
say-
I'm
He
not
was-
part of it.
For she.
I'm
He
trying
was
to keep
attempting
you
to
safe.
cast protection from evil to make sure that you weren't actually an evil person.
Are you accusing me of being evil?
We're trying to save you from evil.
No. It's just double checking. You know, you can't prove a negative by
You're gonna be in so much trouble once we take you into the city.
Okay,
You're going to
hold
be
on,
even more
hold
trouble
on,
when you steal a
everybody.
magical artifact from Alondra.
I think we all need to calm down.
Guards,
Okay.
grab her.
Whoa, now let's calm down.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm asking you to calm down.
She
Go and
tried
intimidate
to
the shit
manipulate
out of
my
him.
mind.
We didn't try to manipulate your mind. We
What did
tried to
she try
protect
to do?
you.
She cast a spell on me. I saw it and I felt it.
What spell did you cast on him? He said protection from good and evil.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
It's because the rock was trying to infect your mind.
This is why we
You're a
don't want you to
child.
take it, because it's potentially very, very dangerous.
And evil.
You can
And
have
while you may
full
have the
rock.
best of intentions,
Dan,
Once
a
why don't
laundry
you-
has actually-
Why don't you make a
Do you know how much
deception check
money-
with disadvantage?
Who?
Dan.
Sure.
He turns to the person who carried him, who cast a spell on the rock, and he says, "Is this possible?" And the guy kind of just looks at the rock and looks at the kid and shrugs.
It's a metallic rock.
And the kid
And
just
we
says,
know
"No,
that metallic
I
dragons
know.
are evil.
There's,
Right.
there's no metallic dragons in the world. They're all dead.
Well, the myths of legend.
They don't exist. And this is a rock."
It's magical.
did we just find a dragon egg?
Oh,
No, he said it's not that kind of shape.
It's
Oh,
not.
okay.
It's not.
It's like,
very
please don't-
circular.
Probably
Please don't
would've
say
said
that out loud.
It egg shaped. He didn't say that. Perhaps we should just leave, and if there's a problem, we can get hired to come back and fix it. We don't even have the means to carry it, to be honest.
He screams again at his guards. "Guards, grab her!" And they look towards the mage that they have, and he kind of just like looks at them, and looks at the kid, and he shrugs again.
I step in front of Kessler.
Oh shit! Is that another meteorite falling over there? And
What?
I point
Where?
behind them.
Point. Let's go. Let's book it.
And as soon as they turn their heads, I'm gonna run.
He's oh no.
All right, so he starts sprinting away.
yeah. I guess I have to. This little
Is
shit.
there anybody not sprinting away?
There's nothing else we could do. It was a shit situation.
I can't believe
I'm
this.
not willing to fight a child over a little rock. Just run.
Yep. I'm running. I'm following Tark.
Oh, I want to verify with Bryce Poo that he is also running.
I think he just stepped away.
I know, but we'll wait here a bit.
I'm gonna use
Will
this
we?
as a short break to get some water.
Okay. Well, I will use the restroom.
Same. The Chris has returned.
I doubt it.
Did this not turn on? Why? Please, just turn on.
I'm sorry, you gotta rub it a little bit first.
My headset's not working. I don't know why. Like everything I have that's Bluetooth is just terrible.
Are you the price back yet?
No.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Okay, there we go. It's, I think, working now.
God, I wish this were me. Sorry, hold on. There we
So
go.
You wanna finish that sentence there, bud?
God, I wish that were me.
An anime grill with a cat.
I'm back.
I mean more of the setup.
So Target pulls a.
If everybody's running, then I'll run too.
Okay. You guys notice that the guards do a half-ass jog after you, but you easily outrun them.
See, I disagree with this plan of action.
I'm not gonna murder people for a rock.
Nobody's murdering anybody.
Our definitions differ.
See, here's the thing, Tark.
Uh-huh.
What kind of weapon do you have?
A pokey one.
A pokey one. How about you hit it with the non-pokey side?
Why would we
What
beat
happened?
the shit out of them to steal?
We're not
I
stealing.
What else are we gonna do with it?
We are doing our job.
We weren't
we can't tell
hired to
anybody
steal
about.
a rock.
But think of the payday we could have had.
I'm sure we'll be paid pretty reasonably already. Here's the thing. I don't like living.
That's
like,
your problem,
having
not
to
mine.
living watching over my shoulder constantly. And that's what we would have to do if we're going to go beat up local lords and their guards.
Yes, Mr. Peanut Butter and his royal half-asses are going
Please
to
show
come
some
get us.
respect when you talk about Mr. Peanut Butter.
Yeah,
The next time we're crossing to the west and this asshole shows up and he's like, I remember you dipshits, then what are we going to do?
I will extend tendrils and tentacles out of my hands and bitch slap him with them.
Yeah, see, this is making it worse. Uh-huh.
What's your perception, Chris? Because you can probably perceive that at this point I'm just giving you shit.
That's probably an inside check.
Oh, sure, I can do.
I have the charisma of a 4-year-old, so I feel like it would be pretty easy to tell that I'm just ruffling your feathers.
Oh, I see. Well, I think we shouldn't, just in future reference, we should probably not try to steal things from people.
Wow.
I rolled that more so it would fail miserably.
Who was that?
That was your consciousness.
No, it wasn't. Who was that? Who spoketh?
Spoketh.
That's not what I wanted. Ignore that.
Language
That's not
deficiency is what you have.
I clicked on it to change it.
All right, so we got away.
It seems that way.
Cool.
I hope we
Rest of
hear
the
about a
day
large
spent
explosion in this area.
traveling. An explosion? What?
I said I was hoping I hear of a large explosion in the area.
You do not this time.
No, I was saying in the future, I hope.
The rest of the day is spent traveling back to Valgate. And, you arrive at the outer limits of the city.
Let's go report to John.
It's Jonathan. Show him some respect.
I'm sorry, Jonathan.
Y'all proceed through the western
Oh,
side of the
dang
city
it.
into the inner eastern side.
I should have called him Mr. Nutbutt.
Nut
I'm
butter.
sure that wouldn't have caused any problems.
He's already so self-conscious about his name.
He should be.
And you arrive fairly soon, like 10 minutes before closing time.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very good.
Yet again, there is another person you've never seen before behind the counter.
I'm believing these are androids at this
Every
point.
time. Every time, dude.
I walk up and I say, "First day on the job?"
Oh no, I've been here for years, she says.
That was an awfully deep voice. Never mind. Where's Jonathan?
You guys need Jonathan?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Forever and always.
Alright, 1 second.
Tell him Bobo's boys are here.
Yes.
Them Bobo boys.
That's right.
She doesn't seem to acknowledge that as she turns and walks to the door and leans in and whispers.
Wow. Okay. Rude.
And then turns back around and kind of just casually watches over you until Jonathan arrives.
Do I see?
Yes.
I was going to say, while she's walking around and waiting on Jonathan, is there anything new in the store?
Is there something in particular that would pique your interest for as far as antiques?
No, I was just looking.
More of the same.
Okay.
It kind
thank
of shuffles. You can tell that the inventory does change. It's been a couple weeks since you've been here, so a lot of it. I mean, they seem to be at least moving some products. So
you. One question: has there ever been a customer in the store when we come in?
yes,
Okay.
it's a little rare, but there's a couple people in and out.
So we did the job.
Jonathan pops through. So, welcome back.
Good to be back.
We made it.
Alright, let me see what I've got for you. Thumbs through notebook. And eventually I says, yes, you guys sent us a couple things. That, those darkness creatures that you sent were particularly interesting.
Nice call.
Although, we would have preferred if they were a little fresher. I don't know if you found them on the side of the road or something. But anyway, here is your payment. And he starts pulling out some bags and opening them up and quickly counting the coins and set to verify that they're accurate. And slides over 4 little pouches. Each of
I
them,
open. No.
Each of them contains, we'll say, 90 gold pieces total, or like 9 silver, or 9 platinum.
Wait, for each of us?
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, hell yeah.
I like.
Very cool. And very good.
I have a quick question
Sure.
for everyone. Are we looking to request work immediately or no?
Yes.
I feel like we should all find a.
Okay.
You know what we should do is we should go all in on an apartment to rent together,
I
so that way we don't have to pay that much,
suppose
For a
if
hotel.
it's reasonably sized.
and we could leave stuff there while we were on our trips.
That's a good idea, actually.
I mean, we're all pretty comfortable with each other at this point, right? Traveling together for it's been
Yeah.
months
3
now.
months?
All right, well,
Talking about this
maybe
inside the shop, though, Jonathan does note and says, well, you guys were talking about asking for more work. However, your contract is almost up, and we're only obligated to give you a job within 3 days, and I believe by then your contract will have expired. So unless
I would like
you
to sign a
resign,
new contract.
yeah.
Sure.
well,
How
you
long would we
can
like your
certainly do
contract for?
that. I tell you what. He kind of just looks over the counter to see if anyone else is in the shop, besides the woman who's running the counter, and says, if you guys agree to sign on for a year this time, I might be able to. You guys might be able to help us test out some magical items.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty tempting.
Well, I'm probably okay with that. I didn't want to get too involved without knowing what it was like, and at this point, I feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I'd also I'd ask him, will we have access to more of your magical knowledge? Should we have questions about specific items?
That's certainly a possibility.
Okay, good, cool, good, yes.
How many days did we travel, by the way, Caleb?
Around 14-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember you saying it was 2 weeks, and every week is a 10-day, right?
No, we're just doing 7 day.
Oh,
That's my
okay, never
campaign.
mind then. Okay.
Oh,
Never mind then.
boy.
I bought 20 days worth of rations, so I have 6 days left. Very cool.
I should probably delete my rations.
Yeah, I was just, yeah.
Okay.
Are you guys possibly ready to make this decision tonight, or do you want to talk again tomorrow night?
I'm cool with it now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, we'll be closing up here soon, so I can just meet you outside in a couple of minutes, if that sounds okay with you.
Oh, do we have to go through the whole process?
Well,
Again,
of
yeah.
course, yeah, we will have to be casting a spell on you again to make sure that both our side and our side are magically enforced. But you won't need another tattoo, maybe just a small modification to your existing one to
Okay.
update the date.
That's fair.
Let's do it.
Alright, we'll step outside and I'll meet you there shortly.
I will do so.
After you guys leave, someone, probably Jonathan, steps outside and changes the sign from open to closed and steps back inside. You guys are waiting for another 5-10 minutes. Several more people start streaming out. Most of them you don't recognize. Eventually, Jonathan joins you, catches your attention, and starts on the familiar path towards the outer west side of the city, to the place you have been before.
All right.
It says, since we weren't quite prepared tonight, might have to wait there a couple of minutes for our contractors to show up, but hopefully it won't be a problem.
Cool. Is he just kind of standing there while this is going on too?
He's just waiting.
He's walking and talking with you as you're walking towards the western side of the city.
I would ask him, like, if it's not too much trouble, if he knows of any places that have, like, affordable, more permanent living, like an apartment type deal. Not an inn.
Your best bet is probably in the western outer section of the city where we're heading.
Perfect.
Particularly who would be renting or selling. I'm afraid I don't really know. I haven't been in that kind of market for a while, but I'm sure.
What part of town do you live in?
I live there as well.
Oh,
Is there, like, some kind of board we would check for places for rent, or just ask around?
Government Assistance Board.
Yeah, there's probably some sort of postings.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
You guys head to this other building. It's on the outside, looks a little run down, but the inside's pretty well kept and well lit.
Is it the same building as last time you said?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we've been here before.
There's a couple people there, some of them you recognize. He nods, Jonathan nods to one of them and says, could you give a call to Jim and Tim and let them know we'll be doing another signing. And he nods and he mutters, casts a spell and mutters something under his breath. And Jonathan motions for you all to make yourselves comfortable. There's plenty of seating here, some couches, some furnished chairs.
Any mood lighting?
I'll sit.
How long do we wait?
10 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by, and at that point someone else comes in the door. These are the same people who were around the last time you signed the contract. And they look at Jonathan and he nods towards you. And you get straight to work. The physical contract, you are able to reuse the same copies you already have. They instruct you again, kind of just to relax as they cast a spell to take over the magic enforcement. There's also one of them carries the Pact Drake, who you were told is to enforce the magical contract on their side. And one of them whips up a spell, and a large needle picks up and flies into the air, dips into some ink, and you all step into line. Less than 30 seconds each, a few pokes, and Jonathan says, "You're good to go."
Cool.
You guys
What
are
it's-
free to stop by sometime this week and request some work, and we'll see what we can find for you.
Does Jonathan leave with us?
He motions towards the door like he is offering to walk you out.
I'd start walking.
If he leaves with us, then when we're outside, I would like to ask him if he knows anything about a Lord Jacob peanut butter.
Sure. I said I can't say I know the name, but I
Good,
don't really
good.
follow the politics around
Good.
Valgate.
All right. Well,
I'd like to
Perfect.
ask him,
Thank you.
how often do the surrounding lords' squabbles end up coming to Alondra?
Valgate, you mean?
Yeah, end up, coming to Valgate. That stuff typically stays in the country, right? It doesn't ever usually spill over into the city.
Usually, it depends on what kind of contacts they have within the government. Most of them are well connected to be in positions of power, but some of them are kind of just old families and they've lost those connections over time.
and does our employer offer any sort of protections from angry lords or governments?
Can I ask what happened?
Nothing of any.
Don't lie.
I mean, I'm not lying. We got into a squabble with a local lord, and it didn't end in any violence or anything. So
He thought we were stealing a magical meteorite. We weren't trying to steal it, but he thought we were. The
Yeah, we had to
aforementioned
run.
Lord Jacob peanut
You
butter.
didn't mention Benevirs at all, did you?
no,
absolutely
we
not.
knew better.
We said we were traveling merchants, but that's it. But they didn't seem to even believe that.
What was the surname you said?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. They sell they make walnuts.
Well,
Yeah.
Wrap your head around that one.
I'll ask around.
He was 12.
Yeah.
Or at least he looked 12 and
Interesting.
acted 12.
He was but a wee lad. Just a heads up. Thank you.
Don't know
Good
what
day.
he's going to do with that meteorite, though. It's pretty huge.
Have a good evening. And he turns and walks away.
I would guess it's probably, 9, 10 o'clock?
Yeah,
at this
they
point?
closed up at 8, so it would be
Yeah, we could just tavern
at
up
a-
now.
probably pretty close to 9.
Let's meet up tomorrow to hunt for a house.
Yeah. You want to just
'Cause I
meet at
prefer a
Benevir's?
house.
You want to... Yeah. House is good.
Just meet at Benevir's and then go to the west side of the city.
That is fine.
Sure.
What time? What degree of sun would you like to meet up at? High in the sky
There's some pretty
or
good
down low?
sundials.
Test on.
There's some pretty good sundials.
The 8th degree.
I
Yeah.
can do this.
8 hours after a new day.
That's
Would you
pretty-
say that
pretty
the
weird
sun
turn
would
of
be at
phrase.
about a 30-degree angle from the horizon?
That works for me.
4 fingers off the horizon.
Yes. Okay, that works.
I'm more of a 2.
God
I
damn.
Sorry.
set you up.
No, I was laughing at Adrian's fucking video.
Sorry.
Jesus.
It was unrelated.
Okay, that works for me.
Later.
I'd
Buy a house,
probably scoot on to my inn, go to sleep, nothing fancy. I might,
Those who are staying at an inn would need to make sure to pay like a gold per night, usually.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's
How
why
much was
we're
it?
going to buy a
that was
house.
an expensive inn.
How much was it?
One gold.
Oh.
I'd probably use a
That's in like the
spell to
touristy
do
area. If you
in-character
wanted
thing.
Yeah, I was
cheaper
gonna say, I thought
housing,
it
you
was
could
5
get
silver.
like 5 silver.
Hey, that's my speed. I'll just sleep with my coin purse in my belly.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll be fine.
Since I have alarm, basically, I'm gonna keep my spell slot at 1.
Okay.
I'll always be using it at night when I'm alone and stuff.
You mean always?
Yeah, for now.
It's because you're always alone, Chris.
Well,
Nothing special.
nothing happens through the night. And you guys wake up to the birds of the city and the bustle of the city. And y'all meet up early in the morning at Benevir's.
Cool.
Yeah.
They
Alright.
just opened up. Some people are still streaming in.
Well, I suppose we can put our request in and then go look for a house, yeah?
Yeet.
Usually takes a few days. So let's do that, and then let's go get that house. Can't wait for it to be like 500 gold.
Yeah, it could
Yeah,
be a lot.
I've got almost 200, so
Yeah, same.
it's an investment.
You guys are pretty well off there.
We've made the same amount as you.
I have 225 gold.
See,
You have more than we do.
Oh, yeah, I
Actually,
forgot.
mine.
I didn't spend any. I forgot.
I don't have 200 gold. Anyways, yeah.
So we ask for Jonathan and tell him we're ready for a job.
All right, there's another person you've never seen before, but
Oh, first day on the job?
oh no, I've worked here for a year or so.
Oh, okay.
Can I kind of like... I'd be looking at them like if they looked odd. I don't know what that would even be. Like,
Would you like to make a rule for that, or I'm not sure what you're getting at
Probably.
either.
like some kind of... Do I
Are they
feel
an
like
android?
I'm being lied to?
Yeah, I'm
That's
tempted
an
to.
insight check.
Alright, there it is.
What if it's just Jonathan?
I also would like to insight that to know.
Go for it.
Jesus, really? The curse.
I mean, seems to be fairly genuine. They seem to know their way around the notebooks and notepads which are behind the counter, which they pull to.
They don't seem... Well, no, they couldn't be magically affected because we're in the city.
Right. You feel severed from your connection to magic.
Okay. We would like work.
Jonathan
From
comes by,
Jonathan.
telling me some work. Says, welcome, good morning. I will see what I can find for you. Once I find it, I will try to message you. If you happen to be in the inner city at that point, you can always come back each night, and we'll make sure to have something ready for you within a couple days.
The west side is outside the barrier?
Well, there's inner west and outer west, but the outer west would be the cheaper of anything.
Okay. Alright, well, cool.
You wave goodbye and head back out into...
So do you guys want to just inner or outer? I don't know if anybody here needs a spot to have magical access or not, so...
No, I don't care. Once we're outside the, because it would be in the outer portion. We'd have full access to our magic.
Yeah, so do we want to look for a house in the outer area then?
That's fine with me.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds like a better idea.
Then let's go.
Oh, I forgot something. I'll do it later.
Retcon.
No, that'd be a
too late now.
pretty big retcon. We'll do it later.
Wow. Okay.
I'll just watch the other group go through and see what they get.
What is the group? Oh. Anyway. You guys find, through asking some directions, some sort of posting board for housing. There are options for apartments, for rent, and houses for sale.
Any prices on them? Or more
I'd say there's prices on most of them.
Cool.
gotta make something up here. It's
I would say houses first, just to see what that price is like.
If it's anything like standard D&D, it's not as expensive. Not as expensive.
Price for the cheapest price to purchase a house inside the confines of the city. Seems to be about 1,000 gold.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
We have to keep saving up. Damn. Yeah, that is that's a penny.
You could get a loan from a bank. Mortgage it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Ooh.
How would any of us know how loans work in this world?
Did you not go to fantasy high school?
No, of
Do
course
they not have
I'm a-
economics?
What's
a
our
country
general
boy.
feeling towards like knowledge towards loans? Are they seen as pretty predatory and not good, or
Do they
Are they
sell my
pretty reasonable?
information?
Very much depends on who you get it from. There are banks, and there are
Loan sharks?
yeah.
Let's do the loan sharks. Nothing bad ever happens with them.
let's not.
No, I'm good.
The non-bank option is certainly usually able to get you money quicker than like a bank possibly doing like background checks and all that.
They're going to want to know where we get our money from, and we can't tell them.
I think you're probably allowed to say you're an
No.
employee of.
Caleb retconning.
He's gonna murder
I'd
us.
have to reread
Yeah,
the
he's gonna get
contract.
Saul killed.
I'd have to reread the contract.
I thought it was no reference to employment.
I'd have to reread it. But you could at least say you're like hired from the inner
Gainfully
city,
employed.
which would be prestigious. Usually, I don't know. I'd have to reread it. What question was I trying to answer? I think that was mostly it.
Nah, it looks like in the contract we can say we're working for Benevirs, but we cannot talk about
Implicate
what
them,
we do.
Yeah. Or
And
get
we're
them
not
in trouble.
allowed. Yeah. We can't talk about the things we do specifically. We just say we work for Benevir's Antiques and Artifacts. And that's about all we can say. Can't do ideas or purpose of work explained by or inferred by employees, because that could be secrets. And we can't talk about the places or existences of peoples within it or that we know while under the employ of.
Stupid fucking contract.
So I would assume it just mean we could be like, oh yeah, we're working over there. And if they ask what do we do, it'd be like, we work over there.
Fucking bit.
Yeah, trade secret. You guys want to hit up a bank first and see what happens? Like
rob a
long
bank?
they
I'm
have?
down.
Whoa, now hold on. All right, I have an idea. Okay, maybe we split up. One of us checks the bank route. One group, I mean, and one group checks out a loan chart route, and then we meet back at this posting board in 3 hours.
What could go wrong?
That seems fair.
All right, I'm going to. Well, I don't know. Who wants to go where?
Don't matter. to me.
Actually, it seems like Deckard is more comfortable with a loan shark route. I would probably go with him just in case there's a little muscling needed to be done. You guys could go the bank route.
We'll try to chat up the banks. Put on our game face.
Yeah, I'm not super smart, so you guys would probably be better at this than me.
What's your charisma? How
Mine?
charismatic are you?
Oh, I'm
I
10.
I don't know. You know.
My charisma is +3, so
How are? Who is the face of our group?
Probably me or Mike.
Yeah. We don't need charisma where we're going.
yeah, you guys are going to see the Lone Truck. That's
What you? How strong are you?
you know,
I'm pretty damn strong, thanks.
I almost feel like intimidation should be like unrelated to charisma. Like it's more of like strength or something like
Well,
that.
you can make a strength check using your charisma proficiency
Oh,
if you're purely trying to intimidate somebody on your physical aspect.
to the loan shark.
Yeah.
All right,
Tally
who wants
ho.
to go first? Am I flipping a coin here?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Heads.
Oh, he done it.
1 is loan shark, 2 is bank.
All right.
To the bank. Chris and I start walking around asking in the shadows about people willing to loan money.
Oh yeah, how should we do this? Should we play up that we're like just a bunch of buddies trying to buy a house together, or are we like a family? Like,
Well,
what's gonna sound good
well,
to the bank?
Mike,
Leaving that up to you guys because we already left.
I know,
one
I'm
thing
talking
I
about-
know is that banks love it when you lie to them. So,
For sure.
Are you guys looking for a bank in the inner city or a bank in the outer city? They kind
Outer.
of
the outer
have
city.
different benefits and disadvantages. So outer city, you find one in the western outer district that specializes in this sort of thing, since this section of the town is pretty packed with lots of housing and apartments. You head in, ask for an appointment. And after a bit of waiting, you are ushered into a small room with a small gnomish gentleman. He says, "How can I help you? How can we help you?"
Oh. Well, you guys can help us by helping us find a home loan. We're looking to purchase a house in the western outer city to abide in instead of staying in taverns, as we're going to be planting roots in Alandra.
Well, good for you. So you guys are travelers here. You're new around?
We've been in and out of Alandra for the past several months. We've been working at Benevir's.
Ben,
My
But,
case is
I
a
can't
guys.
say I've heard of it, but very well.
Yes, we want to secure a loan just to help us make sure that we can purchase our home without bankrupting ourselves. And
And who's we? Is it just you two?
no, it will be 4 of us.
Okay.
We all have shared interests working at Benevir, and we would like to go in on a joint venture. The 4 of us.
What kind of work do you do? Is it regular, like, management work? Like tending to stalls around the city, or
Can't get into it.
is it legal?
100%.
You saying that makes me think it's not legal.
We make good money. We could afford to put in a down payment of 25%.
This doesn't seem suspect at all.
You gotta just like adjust his glasses.
Totally on the level. That's fine. Don't worry
Do
about
any
it.
of you have secondary sources of income? For sorts of insurance purposes on our end?
Yes, all of us are quite well-rounded individuals and could pretty easily pick up any other job that we were looking for should the need arise.
I'm just trying to imagine this working in real life.
Interesting. Well, what kind of home are you looking for?
Oh, nothing much. Just 4-bedroom, 2-bath.
Oh, ooh, okay.
Yes, it's the 4 of us. We're not together. We're more like brothers.
I understand that now.
We're like brothers.
Okay. So, let's see. He's got a binder. And he flips through it and shows you a couple, like, sketches
Mm-hmm.
of a couple different places. It got something like this here. Just like you said, 4 bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably somewhere between 2,500 and 3,500 gold pieces. That is.
Ooh.
Is that
wow.
what you were thinking of?
I think it was quite that high.
2,500 to 3,500. Well,
I mean, we could buy a lot of. I'm not going to say that out loud, actually.
what's the
We
interest
could buy a lot
rate?
of drugs for that much money.
What's the going interest rate for these homes you offer?
Well, for your situation, I'd probably recommend mortgage, so we have the location as collateral, and probably looking at something like 10% a year.
10%. Oof, that's awfully high there.
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. Sorry.
Do any of you have nobleman family or noblewoman?
No.
No, I don't think anybody claims to be of high blood.
Well,
We
since
can
you're
offer a
relatively unknown,
substantial down payment.
that could certainly help. Let's see. He pulls out some paper and a pencil and starts doing some math. If you're able to put 500 down, I'll say we could do about 5% annually.
Okay.
If we each do 135?
That's 135. Oh yes, and how long are your terms for? What is the mortgage for?
Or 125?
Thank you, dude. I've been sitting here like, what the fuck?
I know.
Like, Christ. You don't even know how long the loan's for. If it was a year, it would not be even that expensive.
Let's say 5% for a year loan or a mortgage is pretty good.
It's 10 years, but you're welcome to pay more than the minimum monthly.
Yes. Oof. Does that come with any insurances of any part?
I'm afraid that's not our business.
Oh. Well, I will certainly take this information into consideration as we shop around for our home.
All right. Well, good fortune to you.
Thank you, and you as well. It's not terrible, but not exactly good either. 10-year loan is. I guess we haven't totaled up how much we actually make.
Well,
We've made over 200
Yeah,
each over
In
the
a
span
month?
of what? No,
2 months.
but he said a 10-year contract. You realize this is like 26 gold a month.
Yeah, it's like a pitiful amount.
It's less than staying in if we're chilling for a month and
I know. I don't know if we're going to be grouping together for 10 years, though. So I was thinking, what if we paid it off even faster?
yeah, we pay it off and then we sell it and then split the money after.
When we just start flipping houses?
Yeah,
our side job?
House under Seal Lock edition.
Open world campaign.
You know, I'm okay with buying that house, because it does probably end up coming out cheaper. Like, way cheaper, yeah. Because at 25 gold a year to buy that house for 10 years, let's say if we get it at 2,500 gold, especially considering we're putting down such a substantial down payment. We could even put down more than 500. I bet we could throw down 600. But yeah, that's worth it. I mean, I'm
All
fine
right,
with
do you want
that.
to talk to any other banks? You're pretty comfortable with that.
well, we're still
No loan sharks,
I'm
right?
comfortable with that. I'm fine with wandering around and letting them check
So,
their sharky shark
you
account.
guys, why don't you each of you make a survival check between Deckard and Tark?
Survive the shit out of this.
Tark gets some interesting directions, but Deckard is pretty confident he's got a much better lead.
all right.
And you find yourself in a sort of pawn shop. And you talk to the elven man running it there.
Hello
I'd be
there.
Looking around for a compass while kind of listening.
Okay.
Hello there.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. Hello.
Hello.
How can I help you?
Well, I'm in the market for a house. Didn't know if that would be anything you happen to have, or would know somebody that I could get in touch with.
Well, we're in the business of money, I'll tell you that.
Something I need for a house.
I bet it is. Well, what do you got for us that you can offer us? We'd loan you some money.
Oh, let's see.
A house.
A house.
Oh, you want us to buy the house?
Well, it wouldn't be under your name. Kinda. We'd have.
We would
Oh.
use your money to purchase said house, and if we couldn't pay you back, then it would become your house, usually through force.
Evict me, Daddy.
Okay. Well, let's see here. How much are you looking to spend?
Well, we need a 4-bedroom, preferably 2-bath, if not more.
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be quite a big purchase. You guys make a lot of money?
Decent amount.
Enough to afford a purchase like that?
Totes.
I would say so. The only reason we don't have the money now is that we are fairly new in town.
4 bedrooms. So there's how many of you? 4, 6, 8.
It'd be a 4.
Okay. I bet I can find you some money today. But each of you will probably have to pay about 50 gold a month until you're able to pay it off.
And how many months?
Like 10 years or so.
Okay.
That's that seems aggressive. All right.
Well, how much money would you be giving us then?
Well, I mean, I bet I can. I know a guy who's selling a murder mansion.
A murder mansion. Now, what kind of
Mansion.
You guys
decor
don't
does a murder mansion come
mind
with?
cleaning up some blood? Could probably get you a pretty good deal on that.
Oh. That sounds gross, but also slightly appealing. Not the blood part.
Calm yourself, Tark. We're in
I
public.
mean, that-
So, $50 a month for 10 years. Are there 12
50 each, by the way.
50 each. And how many months are there in a
maybe
year?
not 10 years. Let me do some
Okay.
not stupid math.
Okay.
We'll say 5 years.
How many months are there in a year?
10-ish.
10 months in a year. So we're looking
uh,
500 a piece per year at 5 years. That'll be $2,500 times 4. We're looking at 10 grand.
You're welcome to pay more than the minimum.
With that,
And pay off your debt to us faster.
10 grand. And so how much will we get up front?
Oh, yeah, you look like trustworthy individual. Oh wait, are you asking how much, like, money you would get up front?
Yes. That's what I said.
He'd say, we just get you the deed to the house. No money would have to enter your hands at all.
how much is the house worth?
Oh, I'd get you a pretty good deal on it. You'd have to trust me.
Oh,
Well, let me speak with my compatriots,
yeah.
and we'll get back to you. What was your name?
My name is Ryan.
Ryan.
All right.
Ryan the elf.
24/7, but I might not be here 24/7.
Oh, I would hope not. A man or an elf needs his meditation.
Ha, right. Yeah.
All right. Have a good day, Ryan.
Everyone.
As soon as we're out of earshot, 10 grand. Christ. I hope the other group is having a little more luck than we are.
It's a mansion.
All right.
It's a murder mansion that we're not even going to be able to see until we sign over the money.
Yeah, this is what you do when you just tell me you're buying a house. This is what happens.
If I was
Fair
gonna,
enough.
if I was going to be able to see the mansion before we put the contract in, I might do it. But he said that we got to trust him.
He said trust him on getting you a deal.
Yeah, but for a guy like that, a deal could be like, "Oh, hey, we'll sell you this murder mansion for $3 grand." Like, oh, great! Now I'll tell these people I bought it for 8 and they owe me 10.
Mm-hmm. That's the pickle.
So after a couple hours, we meet back up with the other group.
Yes. Easily done.
What deal did you guys? Were you guys able to find?
We got it for, was it 25 or 15?
Mike's muted, so who knows?
Oh.
Well, it said anywhere between 25 to
25 to
Sorry,
35.
I'm back. Sorry, I was
35.
chewing on
A
some
carrot?
rice cakes. They were quite loud. I was doing you a favor. But yeah, 25 to 3,500 gold total. 10% interest over 10 years. Rounds out to about 25 to 35 gold a year. Total.
month.
That's
month.
total.
Yeah.
Oh, a month? Oh, my bad, a month.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It'd be a
25 to
little
35.
more. It'd probably be
10
more like.
years. Yeah.
Pretty good deal.
And how many bedrooms was it?
4. We haven't seen the home yet, so that's one thing we'd probably want to do.
Well, we got.
Our deal. We
Well,
found a mansion.
Mm.
There's a little bit of cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
Each of us would have to pay 50 gold a month
Yeah.
for the next 10 years.
No, it was 5.
5
I
years.
cut
5
it.
years.
5 years.
I don't know if I'm
So
looking
500
for that.
golds a year.
But it's a mansion.
Yeah, but
The
we're not even going to be
cleanup-
here most of the time.
The cleanup, I should say, is body.
No, I don't
And
believe in
refers
ghosts and
to it
stuff,
as
but
a
I think a
murder.
mansion is a bit more than what we want.
And the elf's name was Ryan.
Yeah?
That tells you anything.
You didn't get his last name. That tells me something.
Ryan the elf. What was your dude's name?
We were at a bank.
Yeah, they have names at the bank.
They don't
They,
have. They
they
don't have
usually
names at the
wear a
bank.
tag
No.
on their clothing
No,
that says,
see, 'cause
"Hi, this is my name."
We're all we have is first name, and
Oh,
then
shit.
Benevir's Bobos is what we are.
Bobo's boys. Get it right.
Look, we'll figure it out.
Well, I'm not super invested in the mansion. It would be cool. But
I'm not interested
I'm
in the
not-
mansion in the slightest.
That's
So
a lot of upkeep.
I think the deal you guys found, and you're saying a month just total.
Yeah, total like 25 to 35. So like maybe like if it was like 30, then split, or
Mm.
4-way, it's about 7 or 8
I'm
gold.
probably down for that.
that's
I think
fine
I'm
for
down.
something we're not going to be living in
Yeah.
currently. Once we get some more money in, we can invest in some time off.
Yeah.
But right now, I need funds. I need me a finesse Morning Star
Yes.
so I can bop things proficiently.
All
I mean,
right.
that's fair. We can go.
Let's go to the bank.
We should probably just for safety and check out the house. Just even if it's not that great, just make sure we're not buying a crap hole.
Sure.
So we'll head back to that bank.
Yep, the same guy's working there. You can ask for him again. Have to wait a bit. He's in a meeting.
How are we going to ask for him?
I'll just walk into his office.
He's in a
This is-
meeting.
Dan didn't get his name.
We're gonna wait, and then once I see the door open, I'm gonna run into that room fast.
Oh,
Once he's available, not
Yeah,
while he's
right,
in a
right.
meeting. That's rude. That's incredibly.
hello again.
Hi, we'd like to see that house.
Well, I could give you an address. I think the previous owner's living there. So if you introduce yourself, I might be able to give you a tour.
That sounds delightful.
Okay. And he scribbles down something on a piece of paper
Mhm.
and hands it to you. Nice to meet you all.
Yes,
You too.
I introduced them all one at a time, by first name only, no last name, because that's weird. And then we head out, and I take one of his business cards, so I can learn his name without having to ask him.
Okay. It's Freddy. Freddy Tumblebuns.
Delightful.
Is he also
What sort of wind turbine are you in?
is
You
that
missed the big
also
event.
an elf?
Sorry.
What big event?
It's hot as fuck, and
Oh.
I need a fan. I
Oh.
turned it off, and now
No,
I
you're
turn it
good.
back on
You're
when
good.
I'm not
yeah.
talking.
Waste that energy.
But okay, we can march on down to that house and give it a peep-see.
Yes.
It doesn't have much yard space.
Good, we don't have any yard upkeep.
There is a small garden in the back.
Delightful.
You give a rat-a-tat-tat on the door,
Yes.
Skitty bop bop.
and a woman shows up and says, "Hello." No solicitations.
We're actually looking to buy your house. The loan banker referred us to this house as a house for sale.
Oh,
Is that
well,
true?
that is true.
Would you mind if we got a quick look-see about it before we made the purchase?
She kind of like looks you all over.
A few of us can wait outside. A few.
No, that's fine. Just come in.
Okay.
I come.
She does have a big dog. Pretty well behaved, not barking, but at her side.
Very cool.
And the front door opens up into the kitchen.
Huh.
And,
How big is this kitchen we're talking here?
I don't
Could
know.
we all stand in it at once and
Yeah,
be
we
comfortable?
basically
Yeah.
can we all meet
Okay.
in there?
It's only a tiny bit uncomfortable.
Okay, that's fair. I think in terms of how many people can fit is probably acceptable for me.
Yeah. I'm looking for obvious defects, like floorboards missing, walls cracked, the foundation's
Some of
jacked
the
up.
cupboards are the doors aren't hung right and they're crooked.
Yeah, that's fine. That's easy to fix. Are all the windows intact?
Yes.
How about the front and back door? Perfectly
Seems
fine.
sturdy.
Okay.
Gives you two around.
Yeah.
You said you're only selling this for 2,000?
No, I did not say that. I believe it's listed for more than that.
How much? I'm pretty sure the number we got was 2,000. Maybe I misheard.
Well, the bank owns it, so I'm not quite sure what it is, but I know I paid more than that.
Okay. Well, if the bank's on it, we'll talk with the lender and not bother you with the details.
Wanders around the what would you call it? A living room has a
The
wet
parlor?
spot on the ceiling, and there's a bucket underneath that's got like a small inch of water in it. As you whisk you past that, there's 2 bedrooms downstairs, 2 bedrooms upstairs, a bathroom shared.
Would I be
Roof
able to sort of get an idea of where that leak was coming from? Like roof or bathroom?
Roof.
Okay.
You said only one bathroom?
No, there's one downstairs, one upstairs. But this
okay.
is medieval times, so it's more not necessarily running water.
Oh, it's just like shit buckets?
There's some tubes.
Oh, okay.
Tubes.
Yeah. Tubes. Okay.
I'll assume they're pneumatic.
The upstairs is mostly just the 2 bedrooms. The upstairs is smaller than the downstairs.
Is there a lot of closet space or no? We
Small
don't have a.
closets in each of the rooms.
Okay.
They're all about the same size.
So yeah, we
How
wouldn't
many
have a
people could
storage
fit in each room?
You guys can all crowd into one room.
Oh, okay.
Is it as uncomfortable as the kitchen?
It's a little bit more uncomfortable.
Okay.
It's
All right.
getting tight. Okay. Is there a basement?
No.
No basement.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
All right. Well,
I mean that sounds like the gist of it.
I'd ask her if she'd mind me hopping out, or not hopping out onto the roof, but like kind of peeking out onto the roof real quick, see if I can see any source of that leak.
Well, I mean, you could try to get a view from the street. I'm not sure what you'll be able to see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd probably just do. I just want to see if there's like a shingle like really fucked up that I can see if it's obvious or not.
Roll perception.
Okay.
Oh my god! Godly eyes, Jesus!
You can see everything in this house.
It's like a flat section of the roof. So you can tell that like the gutters are kind of all bent up over there. So there might be like some spillage and some buildup of water, and over time it just kind of developed into a slow leak.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, I think I understand how that got there. Maybe we could fix it. But I'm probably cool with this purchase.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with this house. I'm glad we viewed it because now we can spend a little extra time haggling.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're ready to go back and see our boy Freddie Tumblebuns.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Head back to
Mr.
the same old
Buns.
bank.
Yep.
This time, his office is open. You stride yourselves in. There's not enough seats for all of you.
I'd like me and Kezra to sit in the chairs, and Tark and Decker to stand with their arms folded
I can do that.
in the room. We're
Did you
gonna
just
crowd
like walk
in
in the
all
room and
of
say
it.
that? All right, me and Kesri, we're
No,
gonna sit.
no.
And
Just
you
like
two.
I want me and Kessler to obviously be sitting, and Tark and Deckard can crowd in to make it very crowded. And
Yeah, I'd be standing behind them.
Welcome back again. Danrit.
yeah, that's me. We're interested in the house. We have a small issue though. There's a bit of a leak in the roof. We were willing to fix it ourselves, but we need some knocked off the price of the house. We're thinking, $2,200.
Well, that house was already 2,800, and a leaky roof is not worth quite that much.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it drips down into the living room, it's been hitting the living room boards. I mean, there's no basement for that to go into. That's pretty much in the foundation of the house.
But that's what the bucket's there for.
Ooh, buddy. Bucket.
Is in the contract in there? Does it say the house comes fully furnished? Because if not, then we'll have to purchase our own bucket, and that could be quite expensive.
Bucket is included.
Oh, that's fabulous. But that doesn't really solve the problem, does it? I understand that the houses aren't cheap. I could possibly do 2,400, seeing as the house has no yard. If any of us had animals, I mean, they couldn't.
Well, if you want
Couldn't
a
hardly
yard
play.
looking inside the city limits, it's probably not for you.
I understand that, but it still has no yard.
Let me see here. And he pulls out a pad of
I would-
paper and leans it up and starts scribbling a bunch of notes to himself. And he gets up and says, "Oh, wait here one moment," and he heads out. And he can hear kind of muffled talking to someone else down the hall. He comes back. He says, "Okay, here's what I can do. As discussed before, 5% annual, 10 years, 2,500 gold pieces."
I am going to look around and look at my friends' faces to judge. All I need is a nod.
So somebody
feeling good.
clap.
Please clap.
Please clap. But sure, I think we're all pretty comfortable. Nods in English. Just the single nod from Tark is all I need. Just the one nod. And I'm like, all right, we're good. Do we all need to sign? Are we all taking ownership of this
I'd
house? Are we all
like
signing?
to.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right. Then,
Do
all
any
right.
of you have nobility, sort of name of recognition? You would like to be the primary signee?
Nah, bro, I'm like a country boy.
I'm just your average working class Joe.
I'm from the east, so any name I would have would not be.
Well, we'll get you signed here. We'll get some basic information from you and do some background checks on you, and we'll get you your money in 5 to 7 business days.
Wait, don't you guys own the house?
Well, we won't be able to do business with you without looking into you each first. And you said you work for a Benevir? Is that
Mhm.
somewhere
Yes.
inside Valgate?
Yeah.
It is inside the main city of Valgate, yes.
All right, we'll be checking with them too.
Go for it.
Cool. In the event that see, because our job makes us travel, or not makes us, but we're required to travel for our job. Maybe, I don't know, Dan Rick's mailbox. You should probably give them your address for your mailbox or whatever.
Yeah, I plan on changing the official address of my mailbox to our house.
Well, yeah, but if it's going to take 5 to 7 business days and we get a job within 3, we might have to leave before this finalizes. Which in turn will also put us in a better spot to pay. Is that cool if when we get approved, we can do this like a couple months from now still? Or will we have to immediately be ready?
Because, I mean, I'm
if
sure
you
she doesn't
want
have a
us
house
to
move in
reserve this particular building for us, we might ask for a down payment right now, and then that won't be a problem.
I mean, do we get the down payment back if you decide to not give us the money for the house?
Of course.
I'm cool with doing that then.
Sounds fine.
How much would you need?
I believe your friend and I discussed 500 gold pieces total.
Yes.
Okay. So what, 125 each?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine. I can do that. I'm prepared.
Why is my
I've done the deed.
Yep, I took my money out.
Same, or at least I am.
You guys sign the papers, pay some money, provide basic contact information, question mark, and
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, and how much would it be per month then? So we're
I'll come up with that
At
later.
20,
dude.
you said 2,500 gold is
well, it'd be
27.
2,000 now since we put the down payment down.
right.
So we're getting a loan of 2,000.
Right.
We're getting into the nitty gritty.
So that would be 2,000 times 5%. You know, it'd be like what, 21 gold a month with interest.
I feel like, yeah, I guess that's.
Where's your calculator? Amount, $2,000 at 5% interest.
It's like 21 gold a month.
10 years. Yeah. That's for 12 months.
Wait, you said, what was the interest? 5%?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So basically, the way this works, if I'm remembering properly,
Enlighten me, please. Save me.
Actually, hold on. There's a calculator for this online.
Yeah. Just literally type in mortgage calculator. That's what I did.
Well, that's
That's
running
all-
off 12 days or 12 months.
Yeah.
We have 10 months in the year here.
So 10.
I
times
mean, the
2
12
is
months
20.
is probably fine.
It's close enough.
So how much is it saying?
It's $21 a month for 12 months a year.
Yeah.
That seems really fucking cheap.
Yeah.
It's probably a terrible idea.
It's fine, Caleb. We have to come back here to get this deal. I mean, roundabout, we still have to pay for taverns we're staying at. Just trying to buy rations.
Also, he gives you like business cards of some people to talk to about homeowners insurance
Oh.
and whatever other amenities.
Cool.
Furniture. He gives you his friend who sells furniture.
How about any like security places, like hired guards?
Sure, you got a business card for that too.
Cool.
What about home repair? Specifically,
We can do that ourselves.
All right,
Oh
okay.
my
Yeah.
god! Adventurers fixing their own roof.
We're gonna do it. All right.
God damn it.
I think homeowners insurance will cover theft, right?
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Caleb's gonna have to get a real
Oh, that makes sense.
home insurance plan.
Yeah.
Find it online.
So for the four of
That's
us,
what we're gonna get
that's five gold, and whatever 25 cents is in copper per month for each of us to own this home.
Oh, right.
Quarter. So it's like 5 gold, 3 silver per person.
Just make it like 6 gold.
Yeah, 6 gold.
Per
That'll
person.
cover that'll cover extra.
We're gonna get fucked on insurance.
Yeah,
That's how this
is
it's
gonna
gonna
be.
bonus over.
Oh.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be 30 gold a month each.
Jesus.
I
Okay.
would hope not.
Okay, I got all my money fixed. Whew. Some conversion.
Do you have 1,000 platinum pieces now?
I'm loaded.
It is past midnight. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to abandon ship?
That's probably a good spot to stop. I'm gonna take a
Yeah.
shower.
That's fine. That's fine. We'll give Caleb time to come up with numbers.
I'm not
Yeah.
coming up with numbers.
to
I'm
fuck
going to
us
just make more bullshit up. All right.
Hey, we need to make like a little calculator to know that we or no, we can pay off our loans in
No,
1
you'll
month.
just be paying forever for the rest of the campaign.
All right. Are you
Perfect.
gonna put a little timer in for like the when 1 month is dinged?
For
travels?
I don't know.
How are we gonna track how long we've been traveling for?
You're gonna have to come up with some way to make payments when you're not in the city, or like pay in advance.
We'll have an
or something.
escrow account that we'll pay in
Yeah.
advance, and then they can
So
just
it's
take from
60 gold a year.
No, it was.
No, 21 times 10 is it's 200 gold a year.
Wait, 21 times.
Well,
It's
60
21
gold
gold a
per year
month.
per person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, per person.
He's talking per person.
Oh yeah.
I bet you if we talked to Benevir, they would probably have an accountant or something that we could give them the money and then in advance, and then they just, while we're out, make our house payments.
They may.
How fucking mundane. All right. Anyone who, for some reason, enjoyed watching on YouTube.
I apologize for
Talk
my
to you
wife.
next time.